It's about 15 till 6 on day 20 of the PCT. We've got a 10-mile walk to the next water source. So I'm carrying a couple liters. That water at Jimmy Sping is really good. There were a lot of people camping there last night, so noisy air mattresses and various stirrings made it a little harder to get some sleep. So I stayed a little longer this morning and took my time getting out. Today I'll try to get back more or less on schedule. We are going to have a 2-mile road walk today to go around the habitat for an endangered frog in the area, which I'm happy to do. And then we see if we can make 20 plus miles today and see where we end up. We're still way up on the mountain, hopefully heading down now. I've had my fill of climbing for a few days, and we'll see how the day goes, but it's starting off beautifully. And the vestibule thermometer last night only got down to 49, so despite the altitude, it was really warm and comfortable. So we're traveling through a burn zone here. It burned not that long ago. And in fact, this area of the PCT was closed, or some part of it was closed until April 1st of this year. So at some point we'll be walking on freshly opened area. And it used to mean there was a 20-mile road walk if you wanted to connect your steps. But now it's just the endangered frog detour. It used to be both coupled together, so it's very happy to see that they opened this up for us this year. And because we're in a burn zone, there's the poodle dog bush. So this entire hillside, and then that entire slope down there is all poodle dog bush. Well, it's 7:15 and stopped for a water break. We dropped down to a parking lot that fortunately had a toilet facility just in time, the trail provides. And then I guess that was at Islip Saddle, and we just did a 1,500 foot climb in about 1.7 miles. So it's been pretty rough. I've been mostly breathing hard and chugging uphill, so not a lot of video, but look where we got to. Isn't this amazing? Okay, This is the place where the endangered frog detour happens up the highway. You can see a couple of hikers up ahead. They have picnic tables and shade, and it's time for a second breakfast. Okay, so we just finished our 2-mile road walk to save the frogs. It wasn't too bad. Cars were respectful, and kind of walked through this beautiful campground, and now picked up a trail. Got to take for 1.5 miles to rejoin the PCT, and we will have circumvented the frog habitat, and we'll get to a water source, stock up, and head on. And here's our water source. It's beautiful. You can have trout swimming around in it. A welcome sight. Okay, we made it back to the junction with the Pacific Crest Trail, and it's about a 4-mile trail closure and about a 5-mile detour. So it just added 1 mile to the trail. Not bad at all. So I was hoping I'd come across a good lunch spot, and look at this. It's got its own little bench to sit on. We got its own shade tree. The views are great. And we have a pet lizard. All right, this is the spot. Okay, it's about 12:15 and we've gone about 14 miles today in spite of the climbing. So the object is to get to a piped spring that's 4.5 miles from here. Load up on water, and then there's supposed to be a nice tent site at about 7.6, and I think that'll make 21 miles, and we'll get done a little bit more back on my schedule, where I like to get there in enough daylight to dry things out, get everything done before the sun starts setting and it starts getting cold. So I think I might get back on schedule today. Enjoyed my lunch, enjoyed my time with my friends today. Did my part to save the frogs, and the whole thing's been up and down. So just when you think the climbing's done, there's some more, but that's all part of it. Okay, it's about 10 till 1 and we're crossing Highway 2 again. Crossed it several times. And I think from here on out, it's downhill, because we just did another climb to get up here. Okay, we made it 400 miles on the Pacific Crest Trail. Okay, stopped back there at that pipe spring and got 3 liters of water because I'm going to go another 2.6 miles and then pull up short. I could go 5 all the way to a big camp, but then there'd be a bunch of other people there. And I went through that last night. I kind of like camping alone. So there's supposed to be a sweet little campsite, or a set of them, about 2.6 miles down this way. And then maybe I'll get to camp by myself and watch the sunrise. Okay, so here's why I like to be on my schedule, where I plan to get to the target camp at 3:30 or 4. Because it's now 10 till 4. I went to the original target site. It was all sandy, completely exposed to direct sunlight until 7:30. So it's hot, and there wasn't a single level site. But there was a comment saying that half a mile down, half a mile and further, there was another set of tent sites that were good. So I walked onto that. Nope, they're all slanty, they're all sandy, they're all exposed. So I'm gonna have to suck it up and go to the big trail camp. It's only 1.7 miles ahead. It has its own spring, so I'm carrying too much water, but I'll use it, drink it up. So that's another advantage of having an early camp time, is if things don't go right, you can continue on to the next option. So that's what we'll be doing, and should be there within the next hour. Yep, hiked through a burn zone today. Okay, the Serenity Shuttle has landed. Trail mile 406.7. Had a 23-mile day today. A lot more climbing than expected. Beautiful wildflowers. Crossing Highway 2 too many times. And then at the end, a kind of an exposed area with a lot of white sand and white rock. Had to put on the sunglasses to keep from going like snowblind with it. But we're here in this beautiful park, and big pine trees, birds singing, a little creek for water just down the way. We're in great shape. Thanks for hiking with me today. And remember, we're trying to do the impossible, and that makes us mighty.